The other week, Kelly had a nice long chat with musical star Adam Lambert. It was so long that we actually had to cut it into three pieces. And look sharp, part one ends with an unexpected appearance of a special guest. Enjoy.
So, Adam, I want to jump right in and talk about your incredible new foundation, the Feel Something Foundation.
My new foundation.
Which I actually am wearing new foundation.
Very summery.
You're looking gorgeous, I have to say. But I love the message, what you're trying to do by making the expression coming out disappear.
Yeah.
I think there's such a stigma attached to that. In today's society, we do not need to come out because you are who you are.
Absolutely.
And I just think it's such a beautiful message. And it brings up the topic of stigmas. And one of the stigmas I have, that I know it's going to sound so stupid to you, but it's something that I've carried with me my whole life. When I was a kid, someone said in school, they used to say, "Smelly Kelly with the big belly whose dad's on the telly." And I have this whole thing of always thinking that I smell. So I'm always wearing something and showering 3 times a day. I have body dysmorphia, and I've always been a little bit ashamed of being on TV as a result of that little thing that someone said to me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that these little tiny things that don't even mean anything get carried with us our whole life and turn into something so big.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think with the coming out thing, it's really interesting because you talk to different members of the gay community about the different generations that have gone through what they've gone through. You know, obviously the last generation had to fight for where we are today. And so it's hard for a lot of people of the older generation in the queer community to say, no, coming out's really important. We had to do that. That was a political statement. That was something that we had to be really bold about in order to move the needle. And that's all valid. But I think what we're looking at now is we're looking ahead. We're looking at what's next and where we're at this moment. And it's a hard thing because it's changing so fast. It's rapidly evolving. And you know, for anybody that feels like an other or feels like an outsider, we've like upped the conversation on that a lot over the past 10 years, for example. We talk about things now. Things are out in the open, and it's a really exciting time because we know what to call things. We know how to define things and how to explain things as opposed to keeping them as taboos, things we're not supposed to talk about. And that's good. I think that's a big step.
I agree with you so much. And it's one of those things where it's always an uncomfortable conversation to have, but it's a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every generation, there's new issues that need to be addressed. Like, did you ever think, even 3 months ago, 4 months ago, that we would be where we are now?
This is a whole new thing. I mean, I think that it's scary and it's different and it's something that we're not really sure of. But I think if there's any silver lining here, if there's any positive from it, I think that we're all going through it together. Everyone's affected by this on different levels, but everyone's being affected. We haven't had like a shared experience as like a whole world like this, I think, ever in our lifetimes. So I think that there's a certain sense of unity that we can find if we try, and a sense of understanding. And I hope that on the other side of this, when everything sort of calms down a bit, when we get past the major spike of this thing, I hope that the people are more, you know, empathetic and caring toward one another. I think they will be. I really do.
I feel like I agree with you so much. And it's like a reset button. We needed to be taught perspective and kindness again.
Yeah.
It's insane that something like this had to happen for that shift to go into place. But I am seeing people being kinder to one another.
Me too.
Checking on their neighbor, and I'm reaching out to people I haven't spoken to in a long time and reconnecting with friends. And it's been really nice to not have my daily routine be so consumed with, am I wearing the right outfit? Do I have makeup on? Does my hair look nice? All the stuff that is so superficial, I would never even think about again. Like, I'm going to completely shift the way I do everything moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that on the topic of mental health, I think it's also bringing up anxiety for people that have never dealt with anxiety before. I mean, let alone the people that do deal with anxiety regularly. I mean, it's tricky. This
I
is
am one of those people that
same.
I've dealt with anxiety terribly my whole life. And one of the things was that I didn't know that that's what it was I was having.
Me neither.
I had no idea that it was anxiety until I started going to therapy. I had no idea. I would always say, I don't feel well. But it was just anxiety the whole time.
I've been learning about so much as well. I mean, I think I looked back on the last 10 or so years and I realized like, oh, that was anxiety.
Right?
Like, oh, yeah. And this is like a good example of, us talking about things being out in the open now and not being taboo, because of the fact that everyone's talking about this stuff now and it's out in the open. People that may not have understood what they were going through now can get out there and understand it. I mean, now that it's an open conversation, I started realizing, oh, I guess I fall into that category. I think I've been dealing with that as well. 100%.
All of these things that I never for a couple of weeks during quarantine, I actually do believe that I was depressed for a while. And it was until I put a routine in place for myself where I got out of bed and I got showered, got dressed, put makeup on, even if I'm not going anywhere, that gets out a chunk of your day and it makes you feel good to like what you see in the mirror. And it made a difference. I've learned new skills. I'm learning how to cook. Ooh. And not setting anything on fire or burning anything. So that is something that's been really fun for me. I have, as I said, reconnected with old friends. I've been doing meditation, which is something I've never done before. And how much it is helping me is unbelievable. Like that, just 10 minutes. I do guided meditations because if it's just the music, the way that my mind goes, I'll be like all over the place. I'll be in the future, the past. Imagine
I keep hearing about meditation being this most amazing thing. I have friends that do it and swear by it. I haven't tried it yet because
oh my God, now you have to try it.
Now I'm going to, yeah.
You have to try it.
It's not like I don't have time.
Right? And it's the little
I have the same kind of brain. Like my brain is overactive. I'm an overthinker.
Me too.
I get in my head really easily.
I fall down that rabbit hole so quick. And then the next thing I know, I've spiraled and my whole day is ruined.
Yeah. And you know what, for those out there that are also, learning about their own mental health that might have these same struggles, something that I heard recently that I kind of liked, and maybe it's something that would make you feel better, is that they say that people that are suffering from anxiety and all these things, overthinking and being hard on themselves, they tend to be smarter people.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a symptom of an intelligent mind because
I think I missed the boat on that one.
I just think like when you're in that space.
Mom, say hi to Adam. Mom just came in.
Love you.
I love you.
How's your mum doing?
She's good. She's really
Tell
good.
her hi from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love your new hair, by the way. It's so chic.
Isn't it good? Oh, I need that.
I love it. I saw the pictures right when you first unveiled it, and I was like, yes. Cheers.